so much fucked up shit to get into.
Welcome back to Little Snickers, baby. We're just ideas machines here. We're thinking of corn song parodies. Jake was just talking about the song Dead Bodies Everywhere. And John says we should make a music video called Dad Bodies Everywhere.
Weird Al, if you're listening.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
going
know
on tour
you
next
are.
summer too, man.
I know, big tour.
JDC, how are you, friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you. Jacob Furman Matera. How are you? Wet and Juicy Jeff Simmons, man.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Yeah?
I got a belly full of McDonald's. I'm ready to do the show. I was fucking starving, Jake. Man. Could you tell? No, I had
Not until you said, "Where's my fucking McDonald's? Where's my wife with my fucking McDonald's?"
Yeah, and as I hit the door, she was walking up the steps with it. So
That's perfect timing.
I know, man. That's.
How do you feel after bellying some McDonald's?
I'm good. I didn't overdo it.
Good. That's the key.
That truly is the key, man. I really wanted to go nuts. I wanted a second hamburger. I even wanted a filet of fish on top of what I got, but I did not.
Whoa.
There's always tomorrow.
I know. I can't wait.
There's always tomorrow.
And I got a long flight ahead of me.
Oh, that'd be a polite thing to do. Bring a couple filet of fishes onto the plane with you.
Doesn't seem to stop anybody else, man.
No, it truly
If you
does
can't beat
not.
them, join them.
Yeah. What would be the limit for you guys?
There's just one row of people being like, "Do you have any extra tartar sauce?" And the whole plane is like, "Yes."
Honestly, I'm fine with you eating most things, but there are a few things that just smell too bad. Like when we were going to Austin, this lady in front of us was eating Greek yogurt, and I'm not a fan of that smell. It's very strong.
Yes, that is probably in the
Smells like feet.
do not fly list. Any fish, obviously.
Yeah.
Indian food, though very fragrant, can be a bit overpowering in such a small space.
Indian people?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Mike, you might disagree with me on this. I don't think you should have hoagies
I agree with you.
on flight because of the onions.
the onion.
I think on a plane, stick to like fucking pretzels and fucking shit to snack on.
Yeah.
You should have ate before you got on the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I'm not even gonna try to front. If I was flying like when I lived in LA, I would go to Papa John's the night before the flight, eat half the pizza for dinner that night, and then heat it up in the oven the next day before the flight.
Dear God.
Wrap it in foil, 2 or 3 slices, maybe a breadstick if I was feeling fucking nasty.
Dude.
Yeah.
And put the food in the foil through the X-ray machine, eat X-rayed food. And I don't remember getting that many dirty looks. Papa John's pizza probably a little bit too fragrant for some people. But pepperoni pizza's not really going to make anybody throw up, you know?
How'd you get the toaster oven through security?
He gave the
I'd
guy a
just
little
say
kiss.
I had a friend at LAX.
Oh, wow. Pizza rolls for everybody.
Yeah, just don't be a jerk off about it.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
I don't do it anymore. There's plenty of places to eat at the airport for like $10.
And good places too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
In the
You show me
one,
a good place for $10.
here's my
20
go-to.
bucks.
Yeah, at least.
I'm spending less than $15 at this place. It's the
The newsstand?
it's the Asian place in between Terminal B and C in Philly. They have that like big kind of food court area where there's like a Geno's and a Chick-fil-A. There's an Asian spot on the opposite corner from Geno's, and they just have teriyaki chicken and rice in ready-to-go bowls,
Okay.
and it's like $12.50.
That's
pretty good.
to
And
know. Yeah.
you feel plenty full. You know what I mean? It's not too much before a flight. And then I'll grab, maybe some M&Ms or Oreos.
Outside of the airport, would you pay that price for that teriyaki chicken?
Yeah, it's not a bad price for a bowl of.
Good size? Yeah.
I'm always a hit up Chickies and Pete's before a flight.
That's good, yeah.
That's like you have to order and wait for it to get made, right?
I think you have to sit down, or I do think they have like a counter you can take
Like
it to
an
go with
express.
you, like only crab fries and
Yeah.
like chicken fingers.
Oh, fries are another thing. Don't bring on a plane.
Yeah, chill, man.
Yeah.
Why?
Too
They
pungent, man.
Yeah, they stink.
Any fried food, I think, just be considerate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically any cooked food, essentially.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make it PB&J, man. Just
But back
Astronaut
in the day,
ice cream.
do you remember that so specific smell of airline food? The entire plane smelled like it. No. It was crazy. You could smell the cart as it went by in the airport. It was just like everything smelled the same. It was just like almost like
Jet fuel.
Like what an old person cafeteria would smell like. You know what I mean? Just like
Ooh.
the food was good.
That sounds good, actually.
Remember eating on a plane? They would bring you a fucking meal. It was so good.
I don't know.
You never got a meal on a plane?
I probably.
I
Yeah,
don't think I have.
Mean, when I sit in first class, yeah, but
Yeah, back in the day, I think
Everyone used
in
to.
the early 90s, late
Right.
80s, it was like select your meal when you would.
Yeah, we always drove to Florida, so that was brutal.
Well, still got to. Did you get to stop at south of the border?
We did. Oh yeah, every time.
And that was worth it.
Yeah, a lot of fireworks.
JD, there's some exciting and practical Jokers news.
I
afoot.
know.
So if tonight's going to be the night, we would have a lot to talk about. So why don't you go ahead and flip that coin, or find out if we're doing another stinker.
I really want to have a conversation about what's
There really is a
potentially
lot
happening.
Joe just released a special.
Joe just released a special. Watched it the other night. Got to watch that hour get worked out in North Carolina a few years ago.
Whoa.
Wow, what a treat to see the final product. Love you, Joe. Love the special. Turns out they might have killed Murr on the finale of this season. I don't know what's going on. They haven't aired it yet, but there's a commercial. Here we go. Larry. You win. I lose.
Why don't you come get your coin dome?
Oh, Mike.
Now it's fogged up. I should have done that.
It's steaming in there.
Swedish penis pump.
Well, self-love is in the air. Jake's got his machine next to him that he's gifting to a friend.
Right up for Ralph. Ralph's gonna be very excited.
Well, now that we're talking about Stinker tonight, I found this little badass. I got a book about him, and it really tickled my fancy what a little fucker he was. You guys know how much I love a guy who gets horny from the fires he sets.
Not a metaphor.
No.
Real.
Yeah.
Real, yeah.
Set a fire, get hard,
Uh-huh.
and deny that you have a boner from the fire kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yes.
People would get
strike a match,
erect.
stroke your penis. Yeah. It's a real thing.
Well, that's what it says on your hat. But before you made that custom hat at the kiosk at the mall, was it a phrase?
I don't think so. No. But yeah, it is.
Wait, you just made that up?
Yeah.
That's an incredible phrase.
I should sell it to him. Yeah.
Is this guy interested in buying Jake's phrase?
He probably, well, he's
Strike
still
a match,
alive,
stroke
so
your penis.
you can write to him, Jake.
All right, I'll do it.
Could
See-
start a little collabo merch.
Yeah, this guy's name is Sam Smithers, the Deacon of Death.
Oh man.
It's been a while since we've had a cool nickname, and
been a while.
that's up there.
That is cool, yeah.
Deacon.
And he did some cool things.
You know what's cool about being a deacon? You can still fuck.
You can put your deacon somebody and not get in trouble for it. Woo!
That's why they call him that.
Better than all.
Threw him with him in.
Better than anybody
Mike.
else.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. It's like we rehearsed that. If you're listening, Mike is ripping the air guitar, dude.
Made the
I'm playing with the pick and my
Well,
tongue.
with his right hand, he's strumming. With his left hand, it looks like he's looking for the clit. The ever elusive clit. He will find it one day.
Yeah, and one of the things I do like about this guy is that he worked his way up from being a church custodian to becoming a deacon,
wow.
which I think is no small feat. And no small feat is actually the title of the last guy to be employed at Epstein Island, Jarvis Crittenden.
I think I'm going to need you to write that name down for me. I'm not quite getting it all. Jarvis Quajan.
Is an Indian NBA player slash pool boy.
/ author now.
Yeah, man, he's really a Renaissance man. But Jake, Sam Smithers, the real Sam Smithers. All you other Sam Smithers are just imitating Bill Withers. He was born January 30th, 1953 in Tennessee. Have you guys ever been to Tennessee?
Sure have. Saw
Volunteers.
Pearl Jam there.
Oh, the volunteer state.
Yeah, never been.
You want to go?
I would love to. Yeah.
I've got two all expense. No, it's I'm going to send you there one day though. I want you to do some recon for us.
Okay. Isn't
So-
Dollywood in Tennessee?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Is she Pigeon Forge or am I thinking of Jack
Yeah.
Daniels?
Yeah, Pigeon Forge is Dollywood. Jack Daniels, I'm trying to picture the label. But
Gatlinburg.
Scrub Forge.
Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, I believe, are in close proximity.
Okay.
But maybe we could take a little trip to Bonnaroo one of these years. That's where I went there 4 times.
Ooh.
There's a cool cave venue in Tennessee that I would like to see.
Did you see somebody just record a comedy special there?
No, but I know Kurt Vile was there maybe last year, and I thought about going, but I didn't.
Oh, cool.
It's Lynchburg,
Okay. Well,
dry town.
What?
Yeah,
Jack Daniels is in a dry town.
yeah, yeah. They don't serve you there. You have to actually walk out with like if you know full
Try that
bottles
in a
and
dry
shit.
town.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, I don't want to go. Change my mind.
What a bummer. Can you
Dollywood
do, like,
only.
yes.
taste testing there or no? I guess not.
Nope. No, actually, I don't think. Now that I think about it, you can't even get bottles there. You have to go to like. They have like another place
Outside
that's
the
right
tents.
outside of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Listeners, viewers, just give us a brief moment while we pause to explain a dry town to Jake. He doesn't seem to be understanding the concept.
It's so insane that Wet and Juicy Jeff has to explain Dry Town.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But Jake, Sam Smithers, he grew up in Tennessee to abusive parents. His father was Alvin, and his mother was Lenny.
Okay.
Yeah, both abusive, devout religious. The dad and the mom were both physically abusive. They believed in corporal punishment.
Oh, my God. I don't like when moms beat ass with the dad, you know?
Yeah, it's like one or
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah.
Decide.
Now you're just jumping a child.
Jumping a Child is another one of Jervis Crittenden's books. His second book, his sophomore effort, #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, 3 weeks in a row, Jake.
Man. Jeff, what do you
I was wrong. You can sample it there, but you can't buy it.
Okay. See, I told you they did samples.
Boy, is my face red.
I know my samples.
Just like a brothel. But Jake, both parents were abusive, which is insane to me because it's usually just an alcoholic motherfucker of a dad
Yeah.
and a mom that's just like, it's going to be okay, baby.
Yeah.
You just take this little ass whipping now, and I swear to God, one day you're going to become big and strong, and you're going to be able to whip your own daddy's ass.
It's nice, Mike.
It is. That
Yeah.
is a pleasant thought, and I just wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self that.
Did you ever want to beat up your dad?
Not really. My dad used to hit me with a belt. I think my mom hit me more with a belt. Fuck, I'm angry all over again, man.
No.
I grew up in one of these households.
I got wooden spoon.
Yeah,
Mom with the wooden spoon?
it's an Italian mommy thing.
Yeah. She's Polish and Irish, but
Yeah,
she caught Italian.
yeah. It's unfortunate because if your Italian mother breaks the wooden spoon on your ass, she's got to hold you over the pot and let your asshole stir the gravy.
I broke a lot of spatulas in my day, man.
What does that mean, Jake?
Apparently I was making the French toast too heavy, so nobody beat me. I had a good childhood.
Had to keep a closet full of extra spatulas.
A
But
lot of spatulas, yeah.
That reminds me, I got to return a spatula.
Jesus, do we have time for that?
No.
What could have possibly gone wrong?
Well, no, I bought it for the barbecue, and
Never used it.
Larry's backyard barbecue came with his own spatula set.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And I'll never use a spatula this size. This thing is made to beat a big boy's ass.
Well,
You bought the Uncle Buck spatula?
But aside from the ass whippings and the and Buckwild parents, Sam Smithers graduates high school in 1971, goes to Chattanooga Technical School, Jake. Which
Smart move, I guess.
I was about to say it sounds like a derogatory term for somebody who does not do well in school.
Oh,
Let's just say this kid went to Chattanooga Technical School. Okay. I always loved the name Chattanooga.
yeah.
yeah.
Alan Jackson sang about it a lot.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to all my Chattanoogas out there.
So where'd you get the spatula from?
Chattanooga City, baby.
It's gonna be a far drive to return that.
Yeah, I got it at Home Nougat. But Jake, you'll like this. In 1973, when Sam Smithers is 20 years old, he falls in love with a 17-year-old lady by the name of Sharon.
Laws were different then.
I know. Yeah.
They were in high school at the same time.
Yeah, and 17 in Chattanooga is like rent a car. You know, probably. I would assume.
Yeah, they let you smoke.
So he marries a 17-year-old, Jake.
Yes.
Why'd you lick your lips and
I
do
did
that
not
with your
lick my
eyes?
lips. Don't do that.
His eyes lit up like the Iraqi sky during Operation Enduring Freedom. I mean, what the fuck, man?
I did not do any of that. I was just guessing it along.
This is an interesting tidbit that I found out. Because of a low sperm count, Sam Smithers, low sperm, he and his wife are forced to adopt. They adopt a boy named Jonathan. That boy grows up to get drafted by the Boston Red Sox.
No
Whoa.
shit.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Jonathan Smithers really played for the Red Sox.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, he never made it to the big leagues.
Okay.
But he did get
Got
drafted,
drafted.
which is an insane accomplishment.
Yeah. It was in the 80s, I guess, by the time.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was a baby in 1977. So we're probably about the same age.
Okay. Wow. Good for him. That's pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
John, if you're watching, congrats. From one John to another, say something to him.
One Jonathan to another. I've only known a few fellows to get drafted. It's a big accomplishment.
Who's the person that's made it the farthest that you know?
I had a couple guys that I played high school baseball with. Not on my team, but travel teams.
Yeah.
Not on my high school team, rather, but different travel teams. That one got drafted by the Phillies. He was a pretty
Nice.
beast of a catcher. Another guy got drafted by, I think, by the Phillies as a pitcher.
Whoa.
Giant lefty. He ended up replacing me at first base. My dad was the coach, and he did sit me for a couple years there. That's what happens when you go over the season, you know.
Oh my God, John.
You don't get the special treatment.
No seasoning, like white people chicken.
I went
don't
to
have to
school
laugh.
with Shohei Ohtani, so
You did.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I knew it. There are things that you do that make me think you had Japanese influence, Jake.
a lot of Japanese.
Like you
influence.
take your shoes off when you come in. When you laugh, you cover your mouth with your flat hand.
I bind my. Never mind.
Yes.
Well, wait.
All of it. I bind all of it.
But Jake, in 1980, the wheels start to fall off for Sam Smithers. So he's volunteering at his church, and there's a church fire that breaks out. And investigators later determined that a pillow was soaked in kerosene and set on fire intentionally.
Dude, how did they find that out? You
I've
know?
always been so curious about fire investigators.
Like they were sitting there at the scene after it's been hosed off and just a feather comes floating and lands on the shoulder. Or Scum style. I think this is set on fire.
So I kept on smoking.
It's a better theory than I have, so we're gonna run with that.
So the fire department shows up, and there's only 3 people in the building at this point, and they're all weirdos. So they're all briefly considered, and
At a church?
immediately, yes. Jake, you little sucker, man. But Jake, get this. 2 hours later, another fire is set in the church.
Sorry, did you say 2 hours later?
2 hours later. I didn't stutter.
Aren't they still on the scenes at that point?
They could be, man. But a
That's
second
crazy.
fire is set, and at this point, one of the firemen approaches a police officer to say that Sam Smithers, one of the 3 people in the church, has an erection.
Like, just put out that fire and stop looking at that boy's wiener.
That's gotta be so tough to tell somebody else.
Hose him off.
To point out a boy's erection to another grown man is you have to be trained for that.
Yeah.
It takes some serious fire training.
That's insane.
You're
Yeah.
not looking up a picture of the boy's boner, I hope.
I am. I got it's minority reporting several different things at once, but a lot of the information from this book comes from a book written by Fred Rosen, Deacon of Death. So a lot of very funny stuff in this book.
Yeah. And was it deduced that it was Sam, the boner boy, because the third guy was on fire? Like,
You want to put that in a sentence, Jake?
yeah, I'm gonna try it again. There was 3 people at the first fire.
Yeah.
They come back 2 hours later because there's another fire. Did one of them happen to be on fire that time? Like in
No.
Okay.
So they still don't know after the second fire.
Okay.
What it takes is a third fire 4 months later. There's a neighbor woman named Rose Bremen
Okay.
who gets a knock on her door. We've been waiting for you. And it's Sam Smithers with a fire extinguisher saying, yes, Miss Rose, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your car is on fire.
My word, you're hard.
She takes the extinguisher, just sprays his crotch. The car's paid for. It's fine. Okay. So
Her car's on fire
he arrives with the extinguisher in hand.
already, yes.
And before he puts the fire out, he
Yes, he's
informs
telling
the
her.
owner.
Yep.
Can
Okay.
I wash your hand? Can I wash my hands in your sink? I've got kerosene all over them.
So she calls the police, and the fire department comes, and at this point, they know it's him. So he is arrested, and he's charged for all 3 fires. And Jake, he gets sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
How old is he at this point?
27.
Okay.
Okay.
Still just works for the church, has not become a deacon yet, or he is
Yeah,
a
well,
deacon?
he's kind of an odd jobber. I
Gotcha.
don't know what that man is called.
They got him on the whole fire crotch thing, right? Like having an erection at every one of these things.
I don't know that he was hard at all of them.
Okay. I would be.
Is there a name for that kind of guy? Because I mean,
There's a
pyromaniac
term.
is you just get enjoyment from setting fires.
Yeah.
The
but-
sexual pleasure from
Yeah, that's what I
fire.
wonder. Is there a specific term
There
for?
is a term.
I
for it.
have to imagine there is.
There has to. How do we not know it?
Yeah.
Well, because fires make our penises soft, Mike. And we've never considered the opposite to be a
That's what I
possibility.
always say.
Yes.
I've always said that, like, there's a candle right there. When that candle was lit, you could look at my shorts and see that I'm
Oh,
soft.
here we go. Just got something pulled up.
Jake, when I see fires, I'm softer than the center of a newborn skull.
Gross.
That boy's got a soft spot in his pants.
There are known as pyrophilias.
Makes sense.
Pyrophiliac, yeah.
Pyrophilia. Like a ride. Oh.
You don't want that guy feeling you.
It's a
Trust
Def
me.
Leppard album, right?
Pour some kerosene on me. Is that how he lost his arm, Jake?
Oh, man. According to the VH1 movie.
But Jake, he's sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison, and he does about 2 years.
Okay.
Gets out in 1982, and unfortunately, bad news. John, you might want to hold Jake's hand for this.
Don't. It's very sweaty.
But his father, Alvin, dies.
Alvin Smithers, named after 2 of the greatest cartoon characters to ever
Yes,
exist.
he is. And at the funeral, Sam is one of the pallbearers, along with his uncles, Simon and Theodore.
And you know Dave was in that bitch, too.
Screaming. Always yelling at him. That always bothered me about fucking Dave.
He
Yeah.
jumped on the casket.
If you didn't want pets in the first place, you shouldn't have gotten them, you know?
Yeah, man, chill the fuck out and realize you've gotten more than enough juice out of these animals by doing all the squeezing you're doing. And now at this point, it is probably abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, they're chipmunks, man.
Chipmunk abuse.
It is.
Jim Crazy.
No, I didn't say that. We're talking about chipmunks. I know you're combining 2 words, so it seems like we're talking about monkeys, Jake, but a chipmunk is basically like a gerbil cousin.
Oh.
Like if a gerbil fucked a squirrel, and the gerbil was way smaller than the squirrel.
Do you think animals that small are still getting shoved in guys' assholes?
Yeah.
I feel like the animals have only gotten bigger going in assholes.
Do you?
You know, yes, because like in sports, like athletes, records always are.
They're
broken
juicing
now.
Yeah.
So they're over the years, our assholes have evolved into bigger gaping animal portals.
So like a juiced up chipmunk, like
What am I saying, man?
like Mark Monquire. That would be one of them, right, Jake? Mm-hmm. And here's another instance where I felt bad for Sam Smithers, Jake. After his father dies, he's working at his father-in-law's gas station. And he is the subject of a robbery. And while he's robbed, the robber smashes him in the head with the butt of a shotgun.
That could either knock the fire boner out of you
It can, yeah.
or really accelerate it.
It really can. And I wanted to mention, too, that as a baby, he fell out of his crib and knocked his finger.
How does that happen?
Oh, they get out.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You never had, like, the camera in your baby's room?
Yeah, we do.
And you're just like, look at this fucker.
Well, we had to lower
Yep.
the mattress at some point.
That wasn't an option back in the day.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. If it was still that
After-
short of
yeah.
a distance from the mattress to the top of the bars, then she would have already gotten out.
After the first escape, we put up barbed wire.
Covered in scars, but he's a good boy.
So, Jake, after the robbery in Tennessee, they decide, you know what, we're going to start over. We're going to get out of Tennessee. And they head to Plant City, Florida.
Never heard of that place.
No, Jake, it is not a horticulture center.
Okay.
Sounds like it would be on that strip mall section of Orlando where all the themed
does.
Yeah.
markets are.
Next to Orange World.
Yeah.
It's actually halfway. Oh, Orange World was on fire.
Oh,
a
that's
couple years
right,
ago.
yeah.
They've reopened it. It looks great. However, they fucking painted over the mural and put another one up, and I don't like it.
That was the mural from your movie that you like?
From my dreams.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't have to change in your dreams, Mike. You can keep it old one.
Oh, I like to change things up in my dreams, Jake.
Update your rosters.
I do.
Yeah.
You want to know what you wear in my dreams?
I don't want to know.
All right. But
Let's
Jake,
just
Plant,
say you bind everything.
Plant City it's between Orlando and Tampa, but skews closer to Tampa.
Okay.
Just for reference. At the church, he's a custodian. And in the book that I mentioned, there's a very fucked up story where a woman speaks about getting sent to the church, which is the First Baptist Church in Plant City.
Baptist deacon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baptist deacon your butt.
I will not bap that deacon my butt, Mike.
Girl, you look good once you bap that deacon up. You's a fine-ass parishioner once you back that deacon up.
For some reason, I just assumed deacon was Catholic only. But I guess deacons be everywhere.
They do be everywhere, man.
Everywhere in
When
Christianity.
they call them deacon,
Yeah.
like in a hockey deke, it's like you're tricking them. You know, that's what they're doing to these people.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
big
the
tricks.
penis thing. But now I'm learning there's layers to it.
Much like penises, Jake, there are layers to it. But there's a fucked up story in the book that I mentioned where a woman talks about getting her community service at the First Baptist Church in Plant City. And she's a few hours short before she's supposed to report back to the judge to say that she fulfilled her requirements. Mm-hmm. So she goes to Sam Smithers and she's like, look, I'm like 6 hours short. You know, what can I do here? And he says, he tells her that she can offer her body. She's like, I'm not going to do that. I think the insinuation is that, like, look, man, can you just sign off on the extra hours? I put in all these hours up to this point.
What can I do for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Just some hand stuff?
What do you think the increments would be? Like, all right, if you owed 10 hours, what would you have to give a Baptist church creep?
All holes.
10 hours all holes?
Yes.
No way.
What do you think he wanted for
that's
6?
hand stuff.
What do you think he wanted for 6? Just one hole? 6 would just be one hole.
She refuses. And eventually, the superiors of the church are contacted to say, like, look, you got a creep cleaning up around here. Did I ever tell you guys I was temporarily, actually extraordinarily temporarily, I sound like Mary Poppins, a custodian at a church.
Really?
For like an hour.
Is that when you were helping the guy who's now a saint?
No, God, take me back, though. I wish I was in his good graces.
You quit in the first hour of your...
He was the guy you would hide from, and he couldn't get to you because there were stairs.
Yeah. Well, there weren't stairs. It was just a tight fit, and he was in a wheelchair that should have been more decked out than it was.
Yeah.
Were you volunteering at the church, or was it
I
a
was
paid
working.
position?
It was a second job, and I did not like it right away because they wanted me to clean the toilets there. And at the time, I was too proud to clean a toilet.
That's all they're going to want you to do, man.
I know, man. And I just left without telling anybody.
That's got to be in the interview. You got to be like really clear, like, look, man, nobody wants to clean the toilets. That's what we're paying you to do.
Yeah, they kind of just started me right away. They were like, show up at this time. And there was a man with a lot of keys showing me around.
Missed that, dude.
Yeah.
I missed the key guy.
Dude, the key guy is so excited to open doors for you.
Oh, they love that shit.
Yeah, they live for that.
You jingling, baby.
Watch
Go
this.
ahead, baby.
Hang on. Just keep going through the ring. Hang on.
And they know them all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have names.
You ever taste the key?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The best.
You got a favorite?
I'm all about fobs these days, though.
You suck fobs?
I'm not sucking them. Just completely putting it in my mouth, closing my lips, and kind of swishing it around.
Yeah, what would you do if, like, you thought you were left alone for the night and your wife came down and she caught you sucking a fob? How would you explain
You
yourself?
just get tense and it goes boop, boop, outside.
I think the trunk opened. I'll be right back. I come back, just my face is covered in silver spray paint. I want to be a key.
Hey, Stinkers, I just want to take a second to let you know about our sponsor, MyBookie. This football season, stop being a baby and place some bets on the game already. With MyBookie, it couldn't be easier. With promos like weekly risk-free boosts, even if you've never bet on anything in your life, you could definitely handle this, Jake. Look at it the way he's handling
Man,
it.
I love betting.
You can't handle it.
With risk-free boost, if your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, don't worry. MyBookie will give you a full refund. Jake, who are you betting on this week, baby?
This weekend I'm betting on the Eagles. Taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, what they doing in Tampa Bay?
They gonna spank them.
I'm ready for a good spanking, brother.
Yeah. What about you, John? Who you betting on?
Go Birds, baby.
Yeah, let's go, baby. If you're not a huge football fan, you can still get in on the fun. MyBookie has tons of games you can play, like blackjack and European roulette, which I've never played.
What's the difference between European and American?
You spin the ball from the back.
Nice.
When you're ready to get started, just click the link in the show notes, sign up, and you're ready to bet. Use promo code STINKER to claim a bonus bet that doubles your money on your very first deposit. You heard that right. Double your money with code STINKER before you even place a bet. MyBookie Plus is the lock of the century. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, and make your season a winning season.
Lock it up, baby.
But Smithers gets called out for being a pervert to this lady by the church elders. And he explains himself by saying, like, he does talk a little sexual. And he says, I'm a little bit like the TV character Al Bundy, but I'm not blasphemous like Al.
Yeah, you can't be a bad guy then, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But he does spend a lot of time with his hand in his pants.
he do.
And he's not married with children.
He is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. He is the wife.
He just can't make one.
That's right. John.
They adopted Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Were you guys ever concerned about your loads?
In the potency factor
Yeah.
or the size and
Anything,
smell?
anything load related, taste, smell,
No.
trajectory. Jeff, you turned around like there was an issue.
Jeff,
Oh,
is
go
everything
ahead, let
is
it
everything
out,
wet
let
and
it out,
juicy
Jeff.
over there?
No, I was just You
Sticky.
said taste. Is that like?
You had to. Everybody's tasted their own.
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not.
John's not saying anything yet, so I know I'm not alone here.
Why would I deny it?
Yeah.
Why would I deny it?
You've tasted.
I didn't eat it.
Yes, same, John.
Put it on a piece of bread.
You touch it to your tongue like when it's
No.
like when your mom wants you to try like
The
fucking olive
fuck?
loaf or something.
Exactly.
Maybe I didn't try because I was afraid I'd like it.
I honestly don't even. I don't even know what it. You don't get enough information from a little tab.
Oh, I
dab,
did.
you know.
Dude, I would. That's so disgusting.
Wait, don't you not recognize the smell of the trees in spring?
I do.
Okay,
Dude.
other people think it's.
Yes. When I first brought this up to Butterly, I don't know if he was teasing me or not, but he says his cum doesn't smell like bleach.
I don't get a smell.
So you've
Jeff.
never smelled it either.
Well, I've definitely smelled it.
I've never smelled it, nor do I have a desire to. No curiosity whatsoever.
Jeff, back me up here, man.
Come on now.
No,
Yeah.
everybody smelled their own
I've
load.
never
You dump
smelled
it
my
into a
own
tissue
cum.
and you're like, oh, what's that smell
No,
like?
Jake.
I would not put it that close to my fucking face.
You smell
Dude,
it though,
I
man.
kicked a guy out of one of my bands.
Whoa, let's see
in
where
high
this is
school.
going.
Yeah, I kicked a guy out of one of my bands in high school. The drummer wasn't the guy I ended up doing all this music stuff with. It was the guy before.
For taking care of business.
No, we were practicing in his basement, and he had talked about how he came and rubbed it all
Practicing
over his
what?
face because it's an exfoliant.
That's all.
And he did have really bad acne, to his credit. But
He
I
was
mean, like,
willing to try anything.
Yeah.
That's you know.
Well, it sounds like he's being proactive.
Okay, so that'll turn you off. But I mean, that was years after you were, flopping out messy loads, right?
it was years after.
Years after
I never
you had
had
socks
any
standing up on their
desire
own.
for that shit.
I
I didn't even know people were doing that until I got older.
mean, I don't think I
missed
talked
the
about it with
bus.
my boys. This is probably the first time I've ever talked about it with my boys. But
Yeah.
I'm glad I could have this conversation
Yeah.
with you.
yeah, you got it. And that's the only reason that I know what the cum trees smell like.
Oh, I'm not making sense. The guy kicked out of the band went on to be in the Navy. So,
There we go.
I mean,
I guess they
born-
needed semen and so did he.
Yeah, born a semen face exfoliator. Die
Dude,
a semen
yeah.
face exfoliator.
I was like, I can't be in a band with the guy who rubs cum on his face. I'm sorry.
Jake,
Was
you
he
keep up with
talented?
him?
Not talented enough to keep. The next drummer was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Tony,
the skin looking like?
He had good skin, and he's actually the music on the Foam Pit video.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
that's that was the old drummer.
Well,
Not the cum face drummer. The
Jake,
other
you're a liar, and we can't trust you anymore.
I've never, dude. I would want to tell you this. I tell you guys everything excruciatingly.
Too
so,
much.
Yeah,
I
a lot
don't
of
buy it,
things.
man. Jake, you are probably in the same horny league as I am. There's 100% chance that you have spunk to lips. Spunk to
No.
lips at one point.
no
Spunk to
fucking
nose.
way. Nope.
I'm not saying you smeared it on yourself like your sicko bandmate.
Not even like the scientific smell where you
No,
loft
I
it
had
up
no-
from
Yeah.
a safe distance.
No, because getting it closer would make me sick if I were to try that.
But how do you know it would make you sick if you didn't smell it or taste it before?
Because it's disgusting.
Make you sick how? Where? In your
Because
penis?
my dick's throwing up. I don't want to smell my dick throw up. You know what I
It's
mean?
not throw up, it's a dick sneeze, all right?
Yes.
It's a throw up.
I don't find it to be particularly bleach smelling. Like those trees, I don't really relate that to bleach.
How am I
But,
the weird one?
Maybe I'll have to smell yours sometime, see what you're working with.
If you're watching this on YouTube, please comment and tell us.
We are already in some
Some
YouTube battles. So.
Fuck it. We're diving into the deep end here, but if you think it smells like bleach, let us know. If you think it smells like something else, let us know as well.
If you've ever smelled a flowering tree in the Northeast, I believe it's a cherry blossom.
Yes.
Also, let us know. It's what the Washington Nationals have on their City Connect uniforms.
Ew,
Sus Paws. Yeah, what the fuck?
Although I do like those jerseys.
You like their City Connects?
They're nice, yeah. I don't like many
like
City
them.
Connects, but the cherry blossom Nat jerseys are pretty
Yeah.
cool.
What's the one with the skateboard that we saw? Tampa?
I think it's
Yeah,
I think
that
it's
was
a
cool.
skateboarding
Ray.
manta ray,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
I am with John though. I don't think it smells like bleach.
Really?
Yeah, it does. The bleach is like very overpowering and very
I've heard
kind of
bleach-
burns your nostrils. Where I don't think.
Well, this,
I feel
yeah.
like that's the popular term for like the smell was bleach. I feel like I've heard that on TV and
I gotta look this up.
Not,
Right?
you
not
eat
the kind of
pineapple?
bleach I've ever
No,
experienced.
no, it's no
I can't
Clorox
believe you
bleach.
guys are all
Yeah.
a bunch of cum sniffers, and I've And I've never
And you're
done
the
it.
weird one.
Yeah, how am I the weird one for that?
That is weird to be weird for that.
And dude, I've told you so many embarrassing things about myself. I've done embarrassing things on this podcast.
I believe you, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not curious now,
Yeah, I mean, why would I? Why would anybody?
Well, here,
Like, what was the reasoning for you guys to smell it in the first place, or taste
because it was a new thing to come out of your body, and it's like, what the hell does this stuff smell like?
and Jake, I see ladies in movies doing it all the time.
It was so sticky.
I know. Well,
It's in a tissue.
what do
Have
you
you
put on
ever-
your pancakes?
Yeah.
Have you never tasted your own blood or what that smells like?
I've tasted my own blood before.
Right. So it's the same kind of thing. It's like comes out of your body. It's,
Yeah,
Drank my own throw up.
You eat your own shit,
Right.
right? You wake up every day, shit
Yeah.
in a
bet you
cup.
know what throw
Where's
up
my
smells
shit
like.
spoon?
You smelled your shit before.
Yes, I have done.
I think that's more disgusting than smelling your jizz.
True that.
Do you guys want to hear
I'm
this?
with you there on that one, brother.
Semen normally smells like ammonia, bleach, or chlorine.
I've heard bleach, and I think I've heard chlorine before. So this checks out.
Ask your buddy Ralph
I
after he's done with the
I don't
auto
think Ralph
blow.
smelled it either, man.
That-
No, I'll tell you what. You head over to Ralph's house after he christens your robot, and then you take
His
a big
robot.
you take a big sniff of that hole.
Need input. But Jake, back to Sam Smithers here.
Yes, please.
He ends up getting, he needs a gig. He ends up getting a landscaping job with a woman by the name of Marion Whitehurst. A very,
Rich name.
Yeah, sounds proper as hell.
yeah, sounds like a bitch that doesn't get any dick.
Yeah.
A bitch that won't touch your dick,
She would
Yeah.
not even
like
dream
them
of it.
Orange
Daddy left
County
her
bitches.
money.
Get it out of here. she'll smack it back into your shorts, man.
She'll have the housekeeper smack it.
And this is not good for a fire pervert, Jake. On her property, there is a garage that Sam Smithers is granted free use of.
Oh no. Bye bye garage.
Yeah, so a man with a fire perversion is the last thing you need to give free use to anything of.
What was the reason for him to even ask for this garage to use? Like,
Just kind of like a workshop.
okay,
So, I mean, it does check out.
yeah.
So yeah, you can use it. I wish I'd burn it down. What?
Now, close by, there's an area called Hillsboro Avenue, and that's where the hookers go, Jake.
Okay.
Is there
Hillsboro
a...
Avenue? Do you have a couple of side streets to check out there?
Yeah, you look like you're in the side streets.
You think those hookers are still on Hills Avenue?
I don't know, man. That would be worth finding out.
I feel like hookers went away,
Yeah.
and now they're back.
Really? Do you see
I
them
think so.
in Philly?
You saw them at I don't see them in Philly, but I probably don't go to like the right places. If you
I
know
would
what the
be-
right places are, let me know in the
I would
YouTube
be
comments.
oblivious to it. Like you said, somebody was when we went to. What was it? Was that in Austin?
I
you
saw
s-
hookers on the plane.
Yeah.
And
It's my favorite movie.
tired of these damn hookers on this damn plane. But where Butterly used to live, I used to see hookers around there.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I go to that area sometimes. That's like close to where my Taco Bell is, so I'll be on the lookout next time.
Is that the Taco Bell I've been to?
Maybe I'll throw a crunch wrap in the mix if you know what I mean. I like it when a
Ew.
bitch wraps her mouth and then crunches it. You know.
You fucked up.
I call that shit a crunch wrap. No sour cream. I'll bring my own. I was about
What
to say
the fuck, Jeff?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeff, with that reaction, thanks for saying it instead of me.
but yeah, he's granted free use of this garage, Jake, and he starts frequenting this area called Hillsboro Avenue, where the hookers are.
Okay.
And
That's what the sign says.
and Jake, he takes a liking to this one hooker that frequents this budget motel there.
Phoenix. Yeah.
No, she does have a very distinct nickname. John,
Okay.
what do you think it is?
His name's Smithers, so I'm going to go with Smathers.
Her name is New York Roach.
Ew. Is that for real?
Her real last name was Roach.
I'm seeing stars on that one, bro.
Jesus.
Dude, if I had guessed New York Roach, is it Pizza Rat? It is. It's Pizza Rat.
My God.
Pizza Rat owes her money. New York Roach, man. Oh, my God.
She's a pretty lady, and I feel terrible about what happens to her, man.
Is that her given name?
No, I forget her first name, but she went by New York, and her last name was Roach. And I like the combo of the two. What do you think your hooker names would be?
Oh, man.
Didn't we assign ourselves names in Florida?
We did. Oh, I forgot about that. We were actually hooking, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and we,
Cassidy Thurman.
There you go.
Cassidy Thurman.
that was good. Was that all of ours?
Oh, yours was the mouth.
The mouth from the south. Yeah.
That's almost like a New York Roach-esque level of,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, John chose my mother's actual name.
It was your mom's.
Yeah, Annette Rainey.
It was long coming revenge for me to do that, and that was my other option for a name.
Long Coming Revenge was my name. Wow, man, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
We were hookers in a scary part of town.
Very scary. And Florida.
In Florida, and I'm glad
One
we
of
did
us.
that while
One
the.
of us.
I'm glad we got that done during the daylight, because if we were out there on the street, we would have actually been fucked.
Dude.
Jake
At
was
night.
getting honked at.
I know, but if those honks were at night, they would have just pulled over and raped us over the side of the fucking
Oh, my
guardrail
God.
there.
Dude, imagine getting raped over a podcast.
That brings us to our next Patreon goal, guys.
This podcast is sponsored by Hims. Yeah.
But New York Roach, God bless this woman, man. A little scrapper, 5 foot tall, 100 pounds. She's a little fighter, man. So Sam Smithers brings her back to his weirdo garage, doesn't pay her, and she loses her shit. She starts attacking him. She starts fucking with his truck, and
Man.
he loses his mind. Do you know what an awl is? An AWL?
It's a tool.
All-wheel drive?
Yeah, it's a little tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tool. He ends up.
What kind of tool is it?
It's one that you use to help yourself.
It's a pleasure tool.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen people, steal cars with that thing.
Well,
Okay.
he kills her with this.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Looks like an ice pick for
I
me.
had
it's
one of
fucked up.
those.
And what'd you do with it?
It's in a drawer in my house.
It's in the same sewer as Mike's hard drive.
But there's a pond behind the garage. So after he kills this poor woman, he puts her body in there,
In a pond.
in a pond.
With your research, do you assume that that's how he wanted it to go down? Or do you think...
I think he knew that was the ideal spot. And being that it was Florida, they would decompose rather quickly, and wildlife would probably get to it. So it was the perfect spot
God,
to do
yeah.
this, yeah. Now, Jake, in the book that I mentioned several times, he says that he would typically get done work around 3:30 in the afternoon, and he knew he had a couple hours before dinner, so he would normally stop by Hillsboro Avenue to either get sucked off, to get jacked off, or for some, and I quote, some 69. And
that
then he would
is
go home
a horny pussy eater, dude.
I know. And his wife said they had a normal sex life. So how horny do you have to be 69ing on the way home from work?
He's the JFK of Florida.
Just imagine having to, give an affidavit talking about how many times your box got eaten out by your husband.
Yeah, being held upside down.
Giving your testimony upside down.
Yeah.
Now, is it safe to assume this is the vertical level you had been at when cunnilingus was performed upon you?
Your Honor, I would like to plead the 69th. Yeah, so, but he says he was never late for dinner. That's one point that he wanted to make clear.
Off at 3:30, getting sucked or handied or
69.
or that beautiful intimate move called a 69, and then home by assume 5:30.
Yeah.
That still leaves a couple hours for her to be like, "Where'd you go?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just imagine, walking into a home that smells like pork chops and giving your wife a kiss on the cheek with
Dude.
hooker pussy on your breath.
Another guy's jizz, maybe.
Have some Mentos in the car or something.
Yeah. He had a go bag for sure.
Yeah. You know how like when your wife's cooking, you paw at her and be like, "Yeah, I got a pork chop for you." He's just reeking of hooker snatch.
Yikes. They say it is a
Aphrodisiac.
yeah.
That's why I always like to have my wife smell another woman when I am trying.
What?
Jake, it's a really hard sell, man.
How many tabs of Craigslist do you have open on this computer?
I told you, man. It's like Minority Report. It's just all hooker ads everywhere.
Somebody just shows up trying to stop you before you do anything.
A pre-nog.
Oh my god, dude. So he also had a personalized license plate.
Ooh.
Now,
Fire guy.
a man of faith,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking Deacon lines.
the freaking Deacon.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
Little bit of a giveaway for him though.
I know. Yeah,
What was it?
want to take a guess, Furman?
Ashes to ashes.
That's a good one. But
He is risen.
pointing to his penis.
The longest bumper sticker of all time, going around the back, down the side, and then pointing up at the driver.
Yeah, Jesus was able to free one hand, and he's just pointing at his own fucking loincloth. No, but his personalized license plate was Jess Dad, Jes Dad, referring to God, like Jesus' dad.
That's no one's getting that.
I know
That's trying too hard.
it is.
Yeah.
Maybe JZS. That would work.
Ooh,
Jesus
I like
Dad,
that.
you know?
Yeah.
This guy sounds like a fucking imbecile. Why are you on baseball stats?
Well, his
Oh,
son.
Smither's son.
It could be J. Maybe his middle name is E, Jes, and Dad. He's a proud baseball dad.
Yeah.
Find out Jonathan's
I wonder.
middle name.
Yeah. You're going to have to
Elmer.
really deep dive.
But make sure you're home before dinner.
That is, like, there is almost something redeemable in the fact that he was always home for dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like every psychopath has his own rules. Like,
Yeah.
I would never do this.
Yeah,
But
what
I
a
do
weird
cut
thing.
hooker heads off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner, okay?
Yeah.
I'm there every time before the fucking pot roast is on the oven.
It was every night. It wasn't like a once a week thing. Like Tony Soprano was Sunday nights.
No, man.
No.
Every night his wife would make him dinner and he'd be home for it. And Jake, he also had a bumper sticker on his car, which was contradictory to the Jesus license plate. It was just a bumper sticker that simply said "Bad Boys."
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Completely bizarre.
It is.
Was there a picture of that by any chance in the book you read?
No, just the description of it.
What a weird fucking combo of things to have.
Bad boys. I thought you were going to say like Speed Demon.
Yeah.
that's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
No,
seeing those.
that would be
Quick and
blasphemy, dude.
nasty.
Who did he accuse of being a blasphemer?
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, dude. That's so funny. It was a edgy show at the time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Oh god, and
Yeah.
it drove me nuts how Al never wanted to fuck Peggy.
Yeah, looking back and rewatching, you're like, just fuck, come on, man.
Well, they did a good
Yeah.
job of making her look like a fucking clown. You know what I mean? Like her
Yeah.
hair was silly as hell, and
Yeah.
she wore too much makeup.
But you don't want to fuck clowns?
Mike, that's for another episode. That's for another stream entirely.
I'm gonna come. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what we call. Those aren't clowns. Those are goons, brother. Gooning on your ass.
Dude, every bring your boys over. I'd say, all right. Clown car, gangbang, it never ends, man. Ladies are sore. All right, moving on. But Jake, one thing that his wife Sharon would talk about is how she loved his father but couldn't stand his mother.
Aw.
Loved Alvin, hated Lenny, and she remarked that they both would say very odd shit. seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They would just talk about very fucked up, violent things. Like the dad just happened to mention during a conversation, he's like, if a man ever raped my daughter, I would put his penis on the chopping block and make him walk home.
Wouldn't chop it off first?
Yeah, right. He makes him carry the chopping block home.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my biceps are on fire, mister. Can I please put this thing down?
That's if it's apropos of nothing, obviously a strange remark.
Yeah.
But if the guy's drinking 12 beers and there's a rape news story on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he says it.
Rape news at 11. You think they'd do the squirrel story at the end of rape news?
And a squirrel was raped.
Beloved SeaWorld squirrel. Bastion, been driving crowds nuts for over a decade.
Did they have a daughter?
I don't know how many kids they had, man. It's a good question. Oh, one other thing I wanted to add is that the mom would also say weird shit. And one thing that she said that ties into all this is that hookers are trashy and they ought to die.
This is his
Lenny,
wife?
the mother.
Oh, the mother.
The mother
Okay.
telling his wife this.
Oh, so he was rebelling. That's the bad boys in him. That's...
Or trying to please his mother. Hookers are
he,
trashy and they want to die. And they ought to die.
Oh, okay. He kills... Okay. Yeah.
There are other hookers in the future that he.
Just one more.
Okay.
It's too many.
And I want to...
Certainly
Public
using their
service.
services, you know what I mean? Like that, I
Yeah.
feel like is going
Yeah.
against mommy's
Yeah.
wishes. Getting handies.
Yeah.
69ing. Wow, what an intimate thing. Just
It's
very strange to
the
ask a
supreme
hooker.
act is what I
How
call
d-
it.
You had the sex supreme? How do you,
Hold the olives.
how do you ask for that, too, in that kind of situation? Ask for a friend. Like, how do you ask for that in that moment with a professional sex worker?
69?
Yeah.
That's all you say. You pose as a question like 69, depending upon what part of town you're in.
Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. See.
But you just look at a lady, you say 69?
That's all you got
I
to
mean,
say?
if you're asking to get your peen sucked and to go down on them, it's almost like her job's getting done faster if you had 69.
It's like a sexual combo meal.
There you go. Yeah.
I can
You,
eat a
you save a
$60
dollar.
Yeah, I want
in
to
the end.
supersize it.
Yeah, I would like you to supersize it too, pal. Is it in yet? I'm having a full-on conversation, and you already came.
You make a great prostitute,
Man, I hope
man.
this guy, yeah.
I've always said that about you.
Good thing this comes with a toy.
Another fucking Darla. This was nuts too. He and his wife, when they met, they were in the same church, and they would take part in this kind of like teen club, and they would be allowed to hang out in this section of the church on weekends and late into the night, and the group was called the Fire Escape. Isn't that odd for a man who gets popped for jacking off the fires?
Yeah.
So he was in the teen group as a teen. This wasn't the custodian years.
Well, he was 20 when he met his wife.
Oh, that's
there.
right. Okay.
But I guess if you're a loser, you can do that.
Yeah. What, did he offer the name? We should do the fires.
Motherfuckers logging onto the Fire Escape now.
It is an app, and it is gay sex related. I'm just going to do a little bit more research.
So OJ, not long after he kills this first hooker, he gets a little bloodlust again.
Yeah.
It seems like once they start, they can't stop.
They call them the human Pringles.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hookers really are the Pringles of people.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there's a woman by the name of Christy Cowan who gets brought back to the Love Shack. Ugh. And he brings her back there. So similar circumstances. She's freaking out about money. He says that he gives her all the money that he has, and it's still not enough.
Okay, so in this instance, do you think he's looking for a fight again?
I don't know.
You know,
because in both instances, the hookers are freaking out. So I don't know if that's his primary objective.
Like, is he bringing him back specifically to kill, or does he know that if he does a money thing, then it's going to go awry, and it's almost like he's going to have an excuse or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I just don't know, man. There are a lot of like unsolved cases which could also be attributed to him. So he may have been more prolific than just Sam Smithers, the 2-hooker killer.
Yeah, so he only copped to these two.
Yes.
Because he was busted for them specifically, or
he was, yeah.
Both of them, okay.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. It's really curious.
So what had happened was this one, she starts to fussing, and he has an axe close by.
Jesus.
And he asks her a few questions, man. And he puts this thing in her. And no, Jake, I'm not talking about his penis. Yeah, man.
I don't know. You go into a fucking garage that looks like the set of a horror movie, you know what I mean? There's ice picks and axes and shit. It's like, what if you fucked me in the Walmart parking lot instead? I'd rather do that.
Mm-hmm.
What if he thought he could get it half price?
Unbelievable, Jake.
We talking about rollback deals? Or?
I'm talking about rollback deals in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, he's talking
falling prices and fallen prostitutes. But shortly after he kills this woman, Miss Marion comes home. She comes a knocking.
I was about to say, it's a unconnected garage, but it's close enough to the house.
It's close enough as to where Miss Marion's going to come and just ask a few questions. So she comes shortly after the murder, and he's cleaning the axe off, and there is blood on the floor of the garage.
Body still in there, or
no?
He dumped it in the same place.
The pond, yeah. So she asked, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just cleaning my axe." She's like, "Well, why is there blood on the floor?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe an animal." She's like, "Well, what happened to the animal?" He's like,
"Man, not quick on his feet."
No.
Yeah.
Good with an axe, but not quick with his feet. So once that conversation ends, she goes into the house and she calls the police, and they come, they pick him up, and this is 1997, and he's charged with both of those murders. He's suspected in others, but he's ultimately just charged with these 2 murders. And he's found guilty, and he is sentenced to death, Jake.
And he's still on death row to this day.
Yes, yep.
In Florida, so they are still putting him down in Florida.
Yeah, when I found this out about, I don't know how true this is in other states, but in Florida, the person who is the executioner is a private citizen who gets paid $150 per execution.
That seems like a pretty low rate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's pretty good.
It's taxpayer money.
What do you think they should be paid?
Grand minimum.
Yeah, a G for the fucking...
grand
give him a
minimum.
rack to put him in the rack, you know?
Can the private citizen decline and, like, make a
Negotiate?
state official? Yeah.
Yeah.
To get bumped on a flight.
Here's my...
All right. We're going to need some volunteers.
I fly this airline all the fucking time, dude. I'm a fucking gold member.
But Jeff and I were talking about executions earlier, and Texas has a bunch lined up, right, Jeff? Houston does Ohio does as well.
Yeah, I was, because of that whole thing that happened yesterday, I was looking into, like, I didn't realize how often they're still executing people. And they've got, like, I think in Texas alone, next year they've got 6 lined up.
I think that just means that most of the time there is not a to-do or an argument against it. Like, I don't think it makes national news if there's not like a team of people that are trying to get the person exonerated or a sentence communicated or something like that, you know? Because if it happens that often, I watch the news most days of the week, and I never see, like, they put another fucking murderer down in Texas today, you know what I mean? Which is good. It shouldn't be big news. It should be standard operating procedure to fucking get those people on to heaven, as Mike would say.
Yeah, there was another guy that got executed the same day. There was 2 yesterday.
In the country, not
in the
both
country. Yeah.
Okay.
Wee Willie Worthington. He,
Is that really the name?
yeah, Wee Willie Worthington. He was the tiny hooker killer. He was small himself, and he would use a mini axe. And between you and I, it was a butter knife. They're putting him in the electric high chair. Jake.
I don't even know what's real anymore.
I thought you were going to say Wee Willie was a 7-foot man, but they gave him the name for a different reason.
Oh God, that's why he's killing him.
Yeah, he didn't even commit a crime. Buddy, we got to put you down after we saw that thing.
Was there anything interesting about his trial or anything, or was it pretty cut and dry?
Cut and dried like a circumcision in the summer.
In the sun by the river, where all penises should be trimmed.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are we doing today? Let me get a little off the top.
I was reading here that when the detectives came and like were questioning him about it, all of the interviews that he had with police, he made his wife. They said, my wife needs to be here for it, which is pretty crazy. And then they gave him a polygraph, and he failed it.
In front of his wife.
Yeah.
Why would you say my wife
That's
needs to
a
be there?
bad move.
I think everybody's just got their own rules, and I think he genuinely loved his wife, and she's spoken freely about this. She's the one who gave up the info about like how weird the parents were, and the kind of weird shit that they would say.
Yeah.
So nice fucking lady, man.
God bless her.
It is nuts to think that, like, all right, I'm in trouble for killing hookers. I'm calling my wife. You want to call a lawyer? No, I want to call my lady.
She'll know what to do, or she'll at least bring me a pot roast.
Mike, is this New York Roach?
Yeah. Pretty lady, man.
She's very tan.
So I hate when we
She's
see
black, John.
Okay, it's a black and white photo, so forgive me. Forgive me, New York Roach.
Man, you look at that guy though. If you scroll up, Jeff, that's a guy who doesn't want to be busted for prostitutes.
Yeah, he's got.
It gives me the willies.
Yeah.
He looks like a 69 on top guy.
He's got a nice pussy tickler, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what?
It's pussy.
A pussy tickler. You got one.
Yeah. I just never heard you use language like that. It really caught me by surprise.
You were fucking jarred by that.
I wish this was a spring-loaded seat, man. I should have known that eventually you're going to say something very jarring, and I would have to shoot myself across the room.
It's so crazy. You're just talking about nonstop murder, and the one thing that gets you is Jeff saying pussy.
What? How the hell could you say something like that?
And then they cut off their head, and this Jeff says pussy. Whoa!
He looks like a offensive coordinator.
Killing more.
Well, fuck that guy. Was he
Wasn't put down?
as far as everything goes, was he
Is it put down?
mostly together up there, or do you think that fall on the head and that parental abuse was?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think mostly together. He looks much better now. Can you pull that orange shirt picture up of it?
You think that's better?
No, the first one. Yeah, that one. Looks.
Yeah, at what point? Because that one.
He looks like I'd avoid him at a gas station.
Yeah.
What point do you abandon the mustache when you're in prison?
I know.
When the guys in the black gangs talk about how good it feels.
Yeah, well, if that's what they like, I guess I have to lose it. Would you think that a mustache would get you less butt fucked in prison or more?
I think it would make you have to eat more ass.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't do a good job eating a guy's ass in jail? What do you think they do?
No dessert.
If you don't eat your pudding.
Yeah, Jello's going in the trash, brother.
The guy's just got the Jello in his hand, looking back.
Oh man.
Better tickle my prostate. I'm gonna eat this in front of you.
Doing a Cosby impression.
Man, how did you find this person, Mike?
Craigslist. No, I'd just be typing up combo keywords.
Was Craigslist already a website in '97? Is there? I mean, I know he was cruising the hooker strip, but yeah. That was like one of the OG '90s websites.
I used to look for jobs on there.
You know how I heard about Craigslist for the first time? I was in outpatient rehab on my second term, and you have to speak, you know. So I'm just like, fucking, waiting in line at a Super Walmart in Elkin, Maryland to buy a PS3 with my friends last night. And I was like, it's already worth less than it was when I bought it. Plus, I bought the fucking warranty for some reason, so I lost money when I returned it. And this guy who was there on his, like, he honestly looked like the lead singer of The Offspring. Were we talking about that? We were talking about that on the live stream earlier. Reminded me of that guy. Wish I could remember his name off the top of my head. Dexter. Holland?
Yes.
Yeah. And, like, when you speak in a group, it's kind of like an open forum.
Yeah.
So he was like, bro, man, you ever heard of Craigslist? And this is like 2007, and I had not.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, so he blew my mind. And then for like the next, I found the Misconnections site. And that used to really, some good inspo to get a log into my friend's browser's account after that, you know?
Yeah.
Just no picture of a lady, just a lady who saw a guy that she liked.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, what would you do to that guy if you found him, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Jake, did you ever post on Craigslist?
A lot.
What would you post about?
Musical equipment. I'd sell a bunch of that shit. So I bought a couch off Craigslist, and the guy made me test it out in front of him, which was weird.
What did you do?
He was like some boxer, a retired boxer turned photographer. He's like, come to my studio in Drexel Hill. And I show up. He's got boxing shorts on, boxing tank top, like he just worked out, and had like a friar haircut, like almost like what's it, No Country for Old Men?
Yeah. Whoa, like fucking peaches and cream guy from the Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yes, dude. That exact
Cherries and cream.
That exact haircut with a maybe I guess either just a regular thick mustache or Fu Manchu kind of.
Okay. Weird look.
And he's like, hey, come sit down, try it out. Yeah, you be here, your wife could be here, you give it a little smooch. And I'm like, nah, I see it.
Here, I'll be your wife.
Yeah.
Try the smooch out. Is it a good couch to smooch on?
We never talk anymore.
Have you been mad at me?
I've been busy, all right? I'm trying to make it in comedy.
That is so weird.
Yeah,
but very funny.
Yeah, dude, it was the weirdest experience. And I brought my buddy Alex with me, and I knew I didn't have enough money when I went, which was like a jerk move to do. But I think I had like one. I think he wanted, dude. So he wanted $150 for like a love seat, which I shouldn't have. I could have found one free.
Like this size?
Yeah, and I had like 144 or 146 on me. And I thought I had like enough, but I didn't. And
he thought it was a rip-off move happening?
Yeah, so then I had to go back to my car, and it was my buddy's truck, and like to start going through all his change, and like getting his change, and he just like waited for like every cent. And I'm like, dude, this is not worth $150 to begin with.
I don't know.
It was agreed upon price. It wasn't. I swear to God, it wasn't.
$150? Aren't couches like $500 and shit?
Yeah, but it's a used love seat, and it was an old love seat, pretty worn.
Okay.
You know?
And Jake, not for nothing, but my penis is out, and the furniture is not called a like seat.
There was a guy I work with that showed me. He's like, "Hey, man, my ex-girlfriend, his son's mom, was on Craigslist naked.
Whoa!
Because she was like selling her new boyfriend was selling herself. They're selling her, I guess.
Pimping her.
Yeah, pimping her out.
Pretty lady.
It was the first time I saw a naked lady on Craigslist, and I mean,
pretty good.
Not what I asked.
I guess. I guess so, but just very too skinny for me. You know what I mean? Like very yeah, very tiny.
Yeah.
And I was like, looks like on drugs. And I was like, I'm not doing
It
it.
was your friend's mom.
It was a friend of mine's ex-girlfriend who's his baby's mom.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's like, look at this. Isn't this crazy? I'm like, yeah, can you send me that link?
Jeez, man.
Wow.
What about you, Mike? What you be doing on Craigslist?
I used to just go on there and look for jobs.
Yeah?
That's actually how I found one of the last jobs I had.
What job was that?
The one that I actually asked you to come and interview for, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was on Craigslist, and it just happened to be one of the few legit jobs on there, and it worked out. And
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
That's where I got the Laughcast gig where I met you guys back in
wow.
the day.
Look at that.
I
Oh,
met
shit.
I met Chris Camuffa on Craigslist.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when I found it, I was already with my wife, and like I was legitimately just looking for jobs. But if I found it 5 years earlier, I would have a goatee forever.
I think I did do a couple job things with Craigslist in the MFM section.
Okay.
When I was in LA, I was hard up for cash. I was like panhandling for Planned Parenthood. I was like waiting outside of the downtown Macy's and being
They would
like,
pay for that?
well, I mean, you're working for like a company called like Grassroots or whatever, and you can work for fucking, any of those nonprofit lobbyist money feeding companies. And I got assigned to Planned Parenthood, and I was outside of a mall, and there was a seemingly on the up and up homeless guy that was like, "What are you doing?" I was still in like relatively good shape. And he was like, are you from here? Did you move here? I was like, yeah, I moved here to do stand-up comedy. He was like, what the fuck are you doing this for? Go on Craigslist and like go to casting calls for like background shit. Like you could get money for doing that, and at least probably more along the lines of what you want to do.
I'll tell you what, man, just around the corner, there's a Maytag refrigerator box, and in there is where you can make some serious cashola.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, this guy was actually where he was holding a stick for a eyebrow threading shop in the mall.
Whoa.
So he was working as well. And he was like, bro, you're better than this. And so I looked up like casting calls, and my buddy was out there who I lived with. He was a musician, but
Ragu Mangu?
No, he can't play a lick of music. I think he can play piano, actually. I was like, all right, let's do this audition. And we went. And it's just in a strip mall on like Hollywood Boulevard, And you go in. My buddy went in first, and he came out and he was like, I think you're supposed to read it in like a Southern accent. I read it in a Southern accent because it's written in a strange way. And I had never read anything before.
How y'all doing?
I should have done that.
Yeah, really?
Instead, I just read it with my normal fucking like monotone voice. And the lady was like, okay, we'll get back to you. They called my friend back, and he gets like, they're like, oh, you should get these headshots done. You need headshots if you're gonna get background shit. It was a headshot scam. He ended up paying like, $250, $300 or whatever. But dude, I was so bad they didn't even want my headshot scam money, dude.
That's
They didn't even want the money.
Ew.
I wish if I wasn't already on trash, I'd be able to drum something up about what it could have possibly said. But like, just reading like Southern voice without doing the accent is insane.
Do you remember the dialogue still?
No, I'll think of it next episode. But like when they called my friend back to get the headshots, he was like, oh, and what about my other friend? And like, they're not even listening to it at that point,
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, bring him too. So I called the lady back and I was like, am I supposed to come? She was like, most definitely not. Your friend was lying to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, rough start in show business, but look at me now, baby. I'm
What
on
a
a fucking
jerk.
podcast, and I'm opening. Hey, yeah, if you're a patron and you're watching this, the day it comes out on Friday, September 27th, I'll be in Erie, Pennsylvania, opening for Whitney Cummings at the Warner Theater. If you live in the area and there's still tickets, maybe come see me.
Go see John. He's one of the funniest around, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
And then I applied for another data entry job. Went to some insane warehouse where they have an office, and just looking at my resume, the guy was like, "You're overqualified." And I was like, "Dude, just give me the fucking job." What does that mean? I'm not overqualified for anything.
Yeah, you have no idea how little I will work. Please.
Data entry, dude. It was for like $10 an hour. And I was like, please.
Yeah.
He starts undoing his belt. He's like, actually, this is for daddy entry.
Man, I got to get back on Craigslist, dude. That shit was fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Did they shut it down or?
I don't know. Facebook Marketplace really kind of replaced
I
it.
gotta look this
Really?
up, man.
Yeah.
They shut down the personal, to cut down on prostitution and
Even
stuff.
Missed Connections, or is that still on there?
My last two searches are, what does semen smell like in Craigslist?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Craigslist. It still looks the same, too.
Yeah, that's what
Beautiful.
I love about it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They're like the little thing in Inception that lets you know we're in
The
reality.
totem, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Craigslist doesn't look like this. Looks like GeoCities.
Never had a splash page.
Ew.
Actually, Craigslist was a splash page.
I think they got rid of all the sex stuff.
Was the job you got from Craigslist a good one? I guess if you tried to
it was
get
great.
Jake to do it, it was good.
Yeah, it was great. It was legitimate. And I kept it for the better part of 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
went on a couple interviews with Craigslist, and I was like, no. One was like a magazine that claimed that they were bigger than the Inquirer because they got distributed with the Sunday paper. And then they're like, we're a Christian organization. And every day they're like, we're going to start with a reading. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like reading. What are we reading, guys? There's story time.
Yeah.
And it said they're reading scripture.
Yeah.
And it was, I left after, I think I made it the full day. But I tried to leave during the lunch break.
It was like a group interview or an orientation kind of thing.
There was 3 of us starting, or 2 of us starting at the same time.
Okay.
And that girl was totally buying in on everything. Or at least putting on a nice face.
They lost 50% of their prospective new employees.
Oh, man. Well, they tried to get me to sign an NDA to not work in an entertainment company in 3 years. And I was like,
that's
no.
insane. Yeah.
And then they're like, well, and then she just sat there until I signed it.
It was
Okay.
a news website.
It was a news publication.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
broadly the entertainment industry. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it was it was written more legal than that, but
Yeah.
What do you guys think this means?
He's on Craigslist.
Subject line says, sending out the rat signal.
Go on.
And then the message body says, looking for a thirsty hamster that needs a drink.
Bro, that's exactly what we were just talking about earlier. You were asking if people still put rodents up the bung. That's what that is, right?
It seems like it.
That has to be,
Without
or
a
it's
doubt.
code for prostitution.
But
And hamster to me implies that it's a young package.
Oh, my God.
A reference to our live stream.
oh shit, have we been referencing the live stream this entire time with young
Entire time.
package? Fuck.
We should wear shock collars for whenever we reference this previous stream.
Hey Alexa,
Oh, no.
purchase shock
No,
collars.
what's wrong? What did you find, Mike?
A guy looking for a petite Latina, Wawa, Virginia Drive. You were stunning short stature on the thick side. You ordered at a kiosk next to me on Wednesday, 9/11. I was going to approach you, but you checked out before I was able to, and I couldn't find you in the parking lot. Tell me what color shirt you had on. I am not from the area. Jesus Christ, man.
Tell me what color shirt you had on?
Yeah, bro, you're the one
Oh,
looking.
To prove.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can't just be some random.
that's insane. So not only are you throwing a Hail Mary to
Yeah, you are the
Craigslist,
biggest Craigslist creep possible, but you're like,
you have a qualifier.
yeah, don't even try to lie about this.
Man.
It's like if you find someone's wallet and you're like, tell me how much money was in it.
Yeah. Well,
Tell me-
$40 less now.
Yeah. Man, Mike is going deep
still-
down the hole.
It's still
We ought to
saucy
do
on there.
We should do a Craigslist stream where we just go through this stuff.
Yes.
Because Craigslist is where stinkers thrive.
Yes.
Stinkers,
We could do that next week. We
belong
don't have
on
anything
Craigslist.
planned.
Yeah, we should. You want to do a Craigslist deep dive next week?
He's doing it right now, so
Yeah,
I think he'll want to do it next week
Yes.
too.
We'll have a bunch of new stuff between now and then that'll pop up.
Man.
And that's just this area you're looking in, right? Or are you looking nationwide?
Oh,
At the
brother,
moment?
I'm everywhere.
Man.
We're gonna keep it local.
I'm a rambling man,
We're
brother.
gonna keep it local. See if anybody sees us. Maybe they'll find us.
Damn, boys. Some wild stuff out there.
We're gonna dig deep next week.
Yeah, I'm in a digging mood.
Dig it out, brother.
Jacob from Matera,
Yes, sir.
what do you want to promote before we go, brother?
Oh, man. Just if you haven't already, buy your tickets to come see us in Punchline, San Francisco,
Yes.
Tuesday, October 22nd. Sacramento. Come on, man. Wednesday night, we need you. 7 o'clock show, I believe. We need everyone. So come
Right
on
next
out.
to the Nike clearance
Bring
store.
your grandmother. We'll tickle her. Do whatever you want with her. That's John's words, not mine.
I'll tickle grandma.
Yeah, so come on out, come see us, and have a good time, man. We might have some. You know what? We might have some leftover shirts.
Yeah, we're bringing merch. We got.
So if you missed your window,
yeah, we'll have the Kumquat shirts in San Francisco and Sacramento.
And if you want to have your grandmother tickled, just let us know what size she is ahead of time. Just imagine a lady has no idea where she is wearing a shirt that says "Keep honking."
Dude, we should honestly, we should drop a few off at like old people homes, just for fun.
How's my mom doing? Not too well. She's 35 minutes into the kumquat hour.
And they don't show any signs of slowing down.
but yeah, just come to our shows, man. I got a special on YouTube that, I just wanted to hit 50,000.
Where you at now?
Oh, I'm at 46.
Bro, you're getting
It's
there.
almost there.
I'll play it
Climbing, steady
4,000
climbing.
times.
Come on, yeah, please go to your local library. Just put it on mute and just let it play. 15 seconds, I think. That's all you need to count as
Put
a
it on
view.
loud. He don't cuss in
Come
his
on.
jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, come on out, man.
Do you ever cuss?
I have on here, yeah.
No, I'm talking about
On stage? I think so. Yeah, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do get pigeonholed to a lot of clean stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
it's fun.
nobody ever
Makes
books
money.
me for clean shit, so I wish I had that capability at least.
Yeah, it's money, but then like, that's all you get. That's all you get.
Is there extra money for getting pigeonholed?
It's on Craigslist, yes.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it, Mike. Getting pigeonholed at Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
JD, what do you want to promote, brother?
Come to our shows, man. That's all I want. And we'll be at Helium Comedy Club Halloween night.
Yes.
Oh my God.
October 31st, All Hallows Eve. Fresh off of Mischief Night or Devil's Night or whatever you call it. Oh, Mike might do cat face. We might be in costume. I think I'm going to wear the same costume I did last year because it's in my closet already.
I'm thinking about doing cat face in Derek Chauvin's
Oh
police uniform.
God, no.
But we'll see.
Show's canceled. Just come to San Francisco and Sacramento.
What about you, Mikey?
Come see us at the shows. We got Philly, San Francisco, Sacramento, and thank you guys for being patrons, man. We're on a quest for 3,500 patrons so that we can set up our trip to Spawn Ranch in Chatsworth, California, right? Chatworth or Chatsworth?
Chatsworth, deep in the valley.
Yeah, very cool place. We went there a couple of years just to dick around and film some stuff. But once we hit 3,500 patrons, we are inviting all patrons to come have a picnic with us.
Public picnic.
It's a state park.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Anything
welcome to
goes.
come. And we're going to have a blast once we hit 3,500 patrons. So if you're already a patron, thank you for being a part of this, and you're going to you get the invite. But if you're on the fence about becoming a patron, just know that hopefully this will be the tipping point for you. Because you get access to every episode early. You get audio for every live stream that we do. You get video for every live stream that we do. You get all the movie watch-alongs, any book club meeting we do, all the Heaven streams. We're going to be doing some review videos because we got the Menendez thing coming up soon.
Yep.
I want to do a review of that Netflix show. Mm-hmm. Seems
Yeah.
pretty good. And any weird shit we do, patrons get first crack at it. And sometimes patrons get exclusive crack at it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they do. We have some travel videos that were up on there for a while. Some just went public. And, yeah, man, there's so much more stuff we're adding.
Yeah, I can't wait, baby.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just check out the Patreon. And then also, if you're inclined, pick up one or two of my books. They're available at onperks.com. And if you like anything I do, I think you'll love my books. But, yeah, aside from that, thank you for supporting Little Stinkers, man. It means a lot to us, and we love doing the show, and I hope to do this for 1,000,000 fucking years.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys. Love y'all.
There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Little Stinkers.